Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Osage City Basketball. I'm Wyatt Ornder, joined in the booth by Ellie Shoemaker.
Hi.
The varsity girls matchup tonight features the Osage City Lady Indians and the Santa Fe Trail Lady Chargers. The Lady Indians are 11-1 this season, coming off a win against Ottawa on Monday, and the Lady Chargers are 3-8, coming off a loss against Osawatomie yesterday. The Lady Indians won the game between these two teams earlier this season pretty handedly, but we'll see how the game plays out tonight. The introductions will begin shortly.
Good luck to both teams. And now for your starters. For the Santa Fe Trail Chargers, number 2, a 5'2" sophomore, Reagan Hussein.
throws it into number 2. 2 over to 5 now. 5 throws into 21, and her shot's off the mark. 12 on the rebound, though. And it's out of bounds off of Osage City. Number 12 to throw it in for the Chargers under their basket. He gets it into number 21. Kirkpatrick to throw it in. Cerner with it up top. Back to Kirkpatrick in the middle. Now down to Kearns. Out to Duvall. Duvall for 3. Off the front of the rim. And 5 gets the rebound for the Chargers. 2 will bring it down the floor. Kearns takes it on the inside. Cerna now up to Duvall. Duvall scores it.
That was a really good look ahead on Cerna's part.
She's pretty good at those type of plays. Indians now up 7-5. 5 down to 32 for the Chargers. Now 2 takes a 3-pointer, and it's off the front of the rim. Santa Fe Trail's last one to touch it out of bounds. Cerna takes it up for the Indians. Passes it over to Kirkpatrick, now over to Cerna again. Cerna out to Duvall, now to Kirkpatrick up top. Into Kearns. Kearns goes up with it and scores.
That's 4 points to Kearns.
Indians lead by 4, 9-5. 2 takes it on the near side for the Chargers. Now back up to 21. And a travel call. Ball back to the Indians. Jones checks in the game for the Indians. In for Duvall. Cerna takes it up top. Now into Kearns. Kearns back out to Cerna. Cerna tries to pass it over to Kearns, but her pass is stolen. 2 with it now. Throws it ahead to 32. Now back to 2 in the middle. 2 down to 32 on the far side. Now to 12. 12 goes in with it, goes up, and she's fouled. She'll be shooting 2.
Foul is called on Kearns for the Indians. That's their second as a team.
12's first free throw attempt is good.
That gives her 6.
2 for 2 free throws so far. Make it 3.
And that gives her 7 total points.
Makes this game 9-7 now. Kearns with it on the inside, and her pass is stolen by number 2 for the Chargers. 2 over to 5 at the top of the key. Now up to 32. 32 out to 5, now to back to 2. 21 takes it in, goes up with it, and scores. And we got a tie ball game again.
Yeah, that's 21's first points.
9-9 is our score, about 2:40 left here in the first quarter. Cerna into Kearns, now out to Jones, to Kirkpatrick up top. Kirkpatrick back to Jones, now to Cerna. Jones on the far side to Kearns, now to Kirkpatrick, goes in and scores it.
That's Kirkpatrick's 5th point.
Indians back up to 11-9. And the Chargers lose the ball out of bounds. We'll go back to the Indians.
Looks like substitutions here for the Indians. Duvall's coming in for Davis.
Cerna takes it down for the Indians. Now Duvall with it, gets it into Kearns, now back out to Kirkpatrick. Jones with it up top, over to Cerna on the far side. Cerna takes it in, goes up, and scores it. Indians really go so far in the paint tonight.
Yeah, those are Cerna's first points for tonight, by the way.
And 32 puts up a shot for the Chargers. It's off the backboard, no good. Kirkpatrick on the rebound. Cerna throws ahead to Jones. Jones puts it up, no good. And number 2 gets the rebound for the Chargers. 5 with it up top, and the Chargers call a timeout. Indians lead 13-9 with 1:28 left here in the first quarter. Your top scorers so far.
Yeah, we've got Kirkpatrick for the Indians. She's got 5 points. And Kearns, she's got 4. And then for the Chargers, we've got 12, who has 7 points. Not a whole lot of points quite yet.
No, but the Indians are hitting their shots up close, and that'll win them the game if they keep doing it.
Yeah.
And we're back into the game. Chargers have the ball. 2 with it at the top now. Over to 5. Now 32 throws it into 12. 12 goes up with it, and her shot's off the back of the rim. Kirkpatrick on the rebound, throws ahead to Cerna. Cerna out to Kearns, now to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick for 3, in and out, no good. Kearns on the rebound though, and she puts it in.
That's 6 points for Kearns.
He needs up 15-9 now, their largest lead. 5 with the ball, and she throws it out on the near side. Indians will have it back.
Looks like for the Chargers, we've got 23 in for 5 now.
And Davis checking in for Jones for the Indians. Cerna up top, throws it over to Kirkpatrick, now to Davis. Kirkpatrick back to Cerna. Cerna takes it in, goes up, and her shot's off the backboard, rebounded by 12. We got a jump ball. I believe it'll stay with the Indians. And it will. Duvall to throw it in. Duvall into Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick out to Davis, now to Cerna. Cerna on the far side, now back to the middle. Now she takes it in, and she loses the ball. 32 picks it up for the Chargers. 2. Her shot is off the front of the rim to end the quarter. And the Indians lead 15-9. The top scorer so far.
We've got number 21, Kirkpatrick for the Indians. She's got 5 points. Number 33, Kearns for the Indians as well. She has 6 points. And then for the Chargers, we still have number 12 with 7.
Chargers will have the ball here to start the second quarter. 12 gets it into number 2. 2 over to 21 on the far side, now into 32. Now down to 23. 23 puts up a shot, and it's off the back of the rim. 12 on the rebound, though. Her shot's also no good. 32 picks it up. Now 21 puts up a shot. And I believe a foul's called.
Foul's called on number 21, Kirkpatrick for the Indians. Her first, team's third.
12 throws it in for the Chargers. 32 with it, now back to 2 up top. And Cerna tips the pass out of bounds. Chargers will keep it. 12 with the ball now. Throws it over to 32. 32 puts up a shot, and it's over everything. Davis on the rebound. Now to Cerna. Davis again with it on the near side. Gets it into Kearns. Kearns goes up, and she's fouled. That'll be 2.
Foul's called on number 12 for the Chargers. That's her second.
Kearns' first free throw is in and out. Kearns' second on the way, and it's off the back of the rim. 21 gets the rebound for the Chargers. 2 takes it to the middle. Now over to 32. 32 takes it in, and she loses it. And the ball will go back to the Indians. Cerna takes it to the middle for the Indians. Gets it over to Kirkpatrick now. Kirkpatrick hands off to Cerna. I believe the Chargers tipped it out of bounds. Indians will keep it. Cerna on the Indians baseline. And that's a 5-second call. It'll go back to the Chargers. 2, throws it down to 21 for the Chargers. 21 now over to 23. 23 goes up with it, and she's fouled. That'll be 2 for her.
Foul is called on Duvall for the Indians. That's her first.
23's first free throw attempt is off the back of the rim. Second free throw attempt on the way, and it's off the back of the rim as well. Cerna gets the rebound for the Indians. Cerna goes in and scores it.
That's going to be Cerna's 4th point.
And I believe that's the first points of the quarter for either team.
I believe you would be right.
23 takes a 3 from the corner for the Chargers, and she scores it. We're back to a 5-point game.
Those are 23's first points as well.
Now Kitzelman takes a 3 for the Indians. Her shot's off the mark. And there's a jump ball called on that play. Indians will have it. Cerna to throw it in under their basket. Cerna into Kirkpatrick. Now out to Kitzelman. Kitzelman for 3. And that's also off the back of the rim. Ball will go over to the Chargers. Two over to 21 for the Chargers now. 21 takes it in. Now gets it over to 32. Another jump ball called. Excuse me, no jump ball called on that play. But the Chargers will still have it. 5 over to 21, now to 2. 2 back to 32. 32 for 3, and that's off the back of the rim. Davis on the rebound for the Indians. Cerna over to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick now over to Kitzelman. Kearns with it, back out to Cerna. And Cerna hands off to Kitzelman. Kitzelman over to Kearns, now to Cerna. And Cerna loses the ball, 5 on the steal. Another jump ball called. This one will go to the Chargers. Two takes it down the far side. And she puts up a shot. And there's a foul called on that. She'll be shooting 2 free throws here.
Foul is called on Kitzelman for the Indians, her first.
Number 2's first free throw attempt off the back of the rim.
Jones in for Kitzelman for the Indians.
2's second free throw attempts also no good. And the Indians call a timeout here. 4:41 left here in the second quarter. Indians lead 17-12. Your top scorers so far.
We've got number 33, Kearns for the Indians with 6 points. And number 21, Kirkpatrick with 5. And for the Chargers, we have number 12 with 7.
Davis into Cerna. Now back out to Jones. Stark in the game now for the Indians, and her pass is stolen by 32 for the Chargers. .32 with the ball on the far side over to 23. She puts up a three-pointer, and it's good. I believe that's her second three.
Yeah, it is.
And we're back to a two-point game now, 17-15, Indians lead. Jones over to Cerna. Now back down to Jones. Jones over to Kirkpatrick now, and she scores it.
That was 7 points for Kirkpatrick. A very nice play.
2 down the floor, and her pass is stolen away by Cerna. Davis with the ball on the near side into Stark. Stark back out to Jones, now over to Cerna. Stark with it again now. Back to Cerna. And Davis is fouled near midcourt by number 21 for the Chargers.
Yeah, that's 21's second foul. Subs in for the Chargers. 15 is in for 21.
Davis gets the ball into Cerna. Cerna down to Stark, and her pass is a little too high. It goes out of bounds. Indians lead 19-15. Kearns checks back in the game. Davis coming out. .32 over to 2. And 2 takes it down the near side. Guarded by Jones for the Indians. 32 down to 15. 15 takes it in. Now back out to 2. 2 puts up a shot now, and it's good.
Those are 2's first points.
19-17 is our score. Jones with it, now back to Stark. Cerna with it, takes it in, over to Jones. Jones puts it up, and she's fouled.
Foul is called on 15 for the Chargers. That's her first.
Jones will shoot 2 here. Her first one's in and out. Jones is second on the way, and it's off the rim. 23 gets the rebound for the Chargers, and we still got a 2-point ball game. About 2:40 left here in the first half. 23 down to 15. 5 out to 32, and her shot is good. And we're knotted back up at 19.
Those were 32's first points.
This is definitely a lot closer than the last game between these two teams.
Yeah.
I believe the Indians won 52-25.
Yeah.
And now another steal by the Chargers, this one by 23, and her shot is blocked by Kirkpatrick, and then Kirkpatrick loses the ball out of bounds. Chargers will have it on the near side.
Substitutions in for the Indians. We've got Davis in for Stark and Duvall in for Jones.
Two with the ball for the Chargers, up to 32 on the far side. .23 now takes it back to the middle, now down to 15. 15 goes in with it, and her shot's blocked. I believe that was Duvall. 23 puts up another three-pointer, and this one's off the back of the rim. She gets her own rebound, though. Now 32 puts up a three. It's off the back of the rim. And Kirkpatrick gets the rebound on this one. Cerna now ahead to Davis. Davis goes up with it, and her shot's off the front of the rim.
Foul is called on Kearns for the Indians. That's her second. We got 4 new people in here for the Indians.
I believe it's 5.
Oh, you're right. It is 5. Jones, Crawford, Gantbine, Stark, and Kitzelman are all in now.
Definitely not the way the Indians wanted to come out in this game, especially after beating this team by quite a bit earlier.
No, I would imagine not.
2 with it for the Chargers. Now out to 15. 15. And she loses the ball. Stark gets it. Crawford up the floor now over to Kitzelman. Now into Stark, and she's fouled. Indians will have it on their baseline. Crawford to throw it in.
5 in for 12 here for the Chargers. That foul was called on number 32 for the Chargers. That was her first.
Crawford throws it into Kitzelman. Now back down to Crawford. Crawford into Stark. Now over to Jones. Jones to Kitzelman. Kitzelman puts up a 3, and it's no good. Jones back to Crawford. Stark puts up a shot, and it rolls off the rim. Chargers will have it back. We're still knotted up at 19. 35 seconds left here in the first half. Two on the far side for the Chargers. Now takes it back to the middle. 23 with it about midcourt. Looks like they're going for the last shot of the half. Now under 10 to play. 2 goes down to the near side. Now over to 15. Under 5 now. 15 back to 23. And Gantenbein tips it out of bounds to end the half. And we are tied up at 19 going into halftime.
Yeah, your top scorers for the half are number 21, Kirkpatrick for the Indians. She has 7 points. Number 33, Kearns. She has 6. And for the Chargers, number 12 has 7 points, and number 23 has 6. So that's the first half for you.
about to get back into the second half action of this game. Our score is 19-19 at halftime. Your top scorers.
Well, we've got Kirkpatrick, 21 with 7 points, and Kearns, 33 with 6 points for the Indians. And then for the Chargers, we have number 12 with 7 points and number 23 with 6. So, there you have it.
Looks like the Indians will have the ball first to start the second half. Cerna takes it down for the Indians. Now over to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick goes in with it, goes up, loses the ball, but then is fouled on the way up. Kirkpatrick's first of 2 is in and out. That's been one of the things hurting the Indians so far in this game. That's free throws.
Yeah. This foul, though, was called on number 12 for the Chargers, and that was her 3rd foul.
Kirkpatrick does make the second, giving the Indians a 1-point lead, 20-19.
Giving Kirkpatrick 8 points.
21 with the ball on the near side for the Chargers. 15 with it now. And her pass is stolen by Kearns. Cerna with it. Kirkpatrick now takes it in, goes up with it, and scores.
That's 10 points for Kirkpatrick. New score is 22-19.
A little bit more energy coming out in this half.
Yeah.
For the Lady Indians. 21 puts up a shot on the inside, and she scores it.
That's her first points.
Back to a 1-point game, 22-21. Cerna up top, guarded by number 2 for the Chargers. Kirkpatrick with it now. She takes it in, goes up, and she puts it over the rim. 5 gets the rebound, and then she is fouled by Kearns.
That was Kearns' 3rd foul.
Two up the near side for the Chargers, now over to 5. 21 with it now, over to 15. 15 loses the ball. Kearns scoops it up, now over to Cerna. Duvall with it, takes it in, goes up, and her shot is no good. 12 on the rebound for the Chargers. And number 21 is fouled by Davis on the near side.
That's Davis's first foul, though. Looks like we've got Stark coming in for Kearns for the Indians.
Will be throwing it in, and she gets it into 15. 21 back to 12 on the near side. Now to 5, up to 2. 2 takes it in, goes up, over everything. Kirkpatrick on the rebound, now Cerna down the floor. Cerna over to Duvall, now to Kirkpatrick up top. Davis back down to Duvall. And her pass is almost stolen. Ball keeps it though. Stark throws it down to Davis. Davis' shot is good. Nice look in by Stark.
Yeah, very nice. Those are Davis's first points.
Still a close game, 24-21. 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 12 out to 21 for the Chargers. She puts up a shot in the paint, and it's no good. Kirkpatrick on the rebound, Serna crosses midcourt, now up to Davis on the far side. Kirkpatrick puts up a 3 and scores it.
That's Kirkpatrick's 13 points.
Indians back up by 6. That ties their largest lead tonight. 21 over to 2. 2 back up now up to 5. Now 21 back to the middle, now over to 2. And 2 is fouled on her way in by Duvall.
Yeah, like you said, foul was called on Duvall. That's her second.
Inbounds for the Chargers. She gets it into number 2. Now 21 takes it in. 2 with it, now back to 32 on the far side. And 32's pass is stolen away by Duvall. Duvall puts it up, and it's off the rim, but she is fouled. She'll be shooting 2. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Indians up 27 to 21.
Foul was called on number 2 for the Chargers. That's her first.
Ball's first shot is no good. Her second is also no good off the back of the rim. 12 on the rebound for the Chargers. And Santa Fe Trail calls a timeout. Your score is 27 to 21. 3:52 left here in the third quarter. Your top scorers.
We've got number 21, Kirkpatrick for the Indians. She's got 13 points, along with 33 Kearns for the Indians, who has 6. And then for the Chargers, we have 12 with 7 points and 23 with 6.
Chargers will have it. Will inbound on the far side, 23 into 2. Now back up to 23 on the far side. 12 takes it in, goes up, and a travel's called. Indians will take it. Serna into Kirkpatrick. Now back out to Davis. Stark puts up a shot, and it's no good. 12 on the rebound for the Chargers.
Foul was called on 13, Stark. That's her first.
2 over to 21. On the far side, now back to 2. (32) with it on the far side, back to 21. Now over to 23. 23 takes it in. Now to 32, and she puts up a jumper, and it's no good. Stark on the rebound. Serna over to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick takes it in, goes up with it, and scores.
That's her 15th point.
(23) for the Chargers, takes it in. Now back down to the near side. And there'll be a foul on the Indians.
Foul's called on Cerna. That's her second. We've got Jones in for Duvall for the Indians.
Inbounds it to 2. And an offensive foul called on the Chargers.
Foul's called on number 12 for the Chargers. That's her fourth.
Cerna takes it down for the Indians. Now over to Kirkpatrick in the corner. She puts up a 3, and it's good.
That gives Kirkpatrick 18 points.
I believe that was her second 3.
Yeah.
23 with the ball for the Chargers, now to 21, now to 2. 2 puts up a 3-pointer, and it's off the front of the rim. 12 on the rebound, and she scores it.
That's 9 points for 12.
And we've got a timeout by the Chargers. 1:40 left here in the third quarter. 32-23 is our score. Indians up by 9. Top scorers so far.
Well, we have Kirkpatrick with 18 points. Kearns with 6 for the Indians, and for the Chargers, 12 now has 9 points, and 23 still has 6.
Indians will have it on the Chargers baseline. Looks like the Chargers have set up a little press here. Cerna over to Kirkpatrick, now down to Jones on the near side. Back to Cerna. Cerna goes in with it and scores.
That's going to be Cerna's 6th point for tonight.
2 over to 21, now to 5 for the Chargers. And that hits the cord on the goal, so it'll go back to the Indians.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of force on that shot.
She did put it up pretty hard. Cerna over to Jones on the near side. Indians up 11, 34-23. Stark with it, out to Davis. Davis goes in, puts up a shot, and it's good. Nice move there by Davis.
Yeah.
Puts the Indians up by 13.
It's going to give Davis 4 points. Under a minute left to play in the quarter.
2 over to 32 on the near side. And a foul on the Indians. .23 inbounds to number 5. 23 back to 21. Now over to 32. And 32 puts it up off the glass. 21 on the shot, and it's no good. Jones on the rebound. Kirkpatrick with the ball now, back to Cerna. Cerna at midcourt. Looks like the Indians will be going for the last shot here. Under 10 to play in the quarter. Cerna takes it in. Out to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick for 3. And it's in and out, no good.
And that is the end of the quarter. Well, your top scorers are Kirkpatrick. She's got 18 points, and 20. Cerna and Kearns both are tied with 6 points now for the Indians. And the Chargers, number 12 has Oh, foul was called on Stark. She has 2 fouls now.
I was going to say, I thought they called one to end the quarter. Kind of a weird situation here.
Yeah, I feel like a little delayed maybe.
Yeah. So they had to even stop the band from playing. So they clearly didn't know what was going on. So anyway.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
So our score is now 36-24 after, I believe, the whoever was shooting free throws for the Chargers made 1 out of 2. So
I believe 32 was shooting free throws.
that was probably it.
And that would be her 3rd point.
All right, we're getting back to the action. Indians with a 12-point lead, 36-24. 1 quarter to go left in this game. Chargers will start out with it. 2 takes it over midcourt. Now back to 32 on the near side. 2 again with it. Takes it down to 23. Now back to 32 up top. 21 over to 2. Now back to 23. 32 puts up a shot, and it's good.
It's going to give 32 6 points.
Indians still with a 10-point lead, 36-26. Kirkpatrick with it on the inside for the Indians. Now back to Cerna. Cerna takes it in. And the foul is called on the shot. Excuse me, it looks like it'll be on the floor.
Yep, foul is called on 32. That was her 2nd.
Cerna throws it into Davis. And Davis's pass is over Cerna's head, out of bounds. It'll go back to the Chargers. Number 2 with it. Throws it up to 32. Now to 21. 21 back to the middle. Now to 23 in the corner. Now into 12. 23 over to 21. Now to 32. And 32 is fouled on her way in. She'll be shooting a 1-and-1.
Foul is called on Davis. That's her 2nd.
.32's first free throw is no good. Rebounded by the Indians. Cerna with it, throws it into Kearns. Kearns goes up, and her shot's off the front of the iron. Chargers rebound, but Davis ties it up. So it'll go back to the Indians. Cerna to throw it in. She gets it into Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick takes it in. Now back out to Cerna. Cerna over to Duvall. Duvall for 3 off the front of the rim. 23 on the rebound for the Chargers. .21 takes it in, and another tie-up is called. .21 on the near side with it, now over to 12. 32 takes it in, puts it up, And it's off the front of the rim. Kearns on the rebound. Cerna now up the floor. And number 2 tips it out of bounds. Indians will have it under their basket. And Kearns on the inbound scores it.
That's Kearns' 8 points.
They'll be shooting an and one here.
Foul was called on 23 for the Chargers. That's her third. Oh, I'm sorry. Foul was called on 33 for the Chargers. That's her third.
Kearns' free throws off the front of the rim. 12 on the rebound for the Chargers. Now 2 takes it up on the far side. Now over to 23. 23 swings it back to 2. 2's shot is off the back of the rim. Kirkpatrick on the rebound. Davis now on the near side with it. Back to Cerna. Cerna takes it in. Over to Kearns. Kearns' shot is good. Really good passing there by the Indians.
Oh, yeah. That was Kearns' 10th point.
Indians now lead 40-26. Their largest lead of the game, and a timeout called by Santa Fe Trail. 5:03 left here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Your top scorers.
Well, we've got Kirkpatrick. She's got 18 points. And Kearns, who has 10 for the Indians. And then we have number 12 with 9 points, and number 23 and 32 tied with 6 for the Chargers. Thank you. Yeah.
.23 inbounds at the 2 for the Chargers. .15 now up top, down to 23. 23 now over to 12. 12 goes in with it, puts it up, off the front of the rim. Kirkpatrick on the rebound. She hands it off to Cerna now. And an offensive foul.
Fouls called on Cerna for the Indians. That's her third.
Two takes it down for the Chargers. Now 32 over to 15, and her shot's blocked by Kearns. 12 puts up her shot, and it's good.
It's number 12's 11th point.
And it's an 11-point ball game. 40-29, under 4 to play here in this game.
Yeah.
And Duvall loses it. 23 takes it for the Chargers. And a travel called on the way in for 15 on the Chargers. Kirkpatrick with the ball up top for the Indians. And Davis is fouled up on the far side.
Foul is called on 32, her fourth.
Looks like Kitzelman will throw it in for the Indians. She gets it into Kearns. Kearns goes up with it and scores.
That's going to be Kearns' 12 points.
42-29 is our score. Number 2 up top for the Chargers, now over to 32. 15 on the far side, swings it down to 23. 23 puts up a shot, and it's good. Back to an 11-point game, 42-31.
That's 8 points to 23.
About 2:45 left here in this game. Kirkpatrick over to Davis. And Davis takes it in, goes up with it, off the front of the rim. Kearns on the rebound, though. And a tie-up is called. It'll stay with the Indians.
Substitutions here for the Chargers. We've got 5 in for 12 and 21 in for 15.
Cerna throws it into Kirkpatrick. Looks like that ball bounced off her head there.
Right off.
But Kirkpatrick takes it in, off the front of the rim. Kearns gets it, puts it back up again. Also no good. Kirkpatrick on the third rebound, though. Indians setting it back up. Kirkpatrick out to Davis at midcourt. Kearns with it now at the top of the key, over to Cerna. Cerna goes in, and she's fouled on the way up. She'll be shooting 2.
Mm-hmm. Foul is called on 32. For the Chargers, that's her 5th. So it looks like we've got 12 coming in to take her place.
Cerna's first free throw is good.
That will be 7 points for Cerna.
Making this game 43-31, 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. And she makes both of them.
That's 8 points for Cerna.
Indians up 13. (23) up to 2 for the Chargers, now to 12. 2 now back up to 21, now to 23. 23 down to 5, over to 21. She puts up a shot, and it's no good. Chargers on the rebound, though. 12 up top, now over to 2. (23) down to 12 now. She tries to lob it in, and Cerna steals it. Cerna down to Davis, and a travel is called. Ball will go back to the Chargers. (12) with it on the near side, hands off to 23, and 23 has it stolen by Kitzelman. Kitzelman back to Cerna up top, or excuse me, Kirkpatrick up top. Kirkpatrick out to Cerna, 30 seconds left. And Kearns has the ball taken away. Looks like they're going to call it a jump ball, actually. It'll go over to the Chargers. Two with it up top for the Chargers. Under 10 to play now. 12 with it at midcourt. Now under 5. 23 on the near side. Throws into 5. And her shot is no good to end the game. Indians win 44-31. Definitely probably not the way they wanted to win this one. Especially, like I've mentioned, they won by 27 earlier in the season against the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it's still a win nonetheless. And
always a win.
They're back to a 2-game winning streak after that loss to Northern Heights in the Flint Hills League Championship.
Yep.
So, your top scorers of the game.
Well, we've got Kirkpatrick with 18 points, and we have Kearns with 12, and Cerna with 8. And then if you move on to the Chargers, we have number 12 with 11 points, number 23 with 8, and number 32 with 6.
Alrighty. Please join us here in about 20 minutes for the boys game. joined here by Coach Kirkpatrick, the coach of the Lady Indians. Coach, congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you very much.
The first half of this game, though, didn't go how you wanted. Tied at 19 with a team you'd already beaten by 27 earlier this season. What was wrong in the first half, and how did you do differently in the second half to win this game?
Well, we knew it was going to be a lot tougher game than the first time we played them. They'd only had about 4 practices coming into that game, so we knew we wouldn't be seeing the same team that we saw earlier. So we knew it was going to be a tough game. I don't know, I didn't feel like we come out and we just weren't real smooth. I thought the first half we didn't move the ball from side to side very well and kind of just become stagnant. So that's what we talked about at halftime, trying to get the ball moving a little bit more, open some things up for us.
Okay. Well, you're back to a 2-game win streak after that loss to Northern Heights in the Flint Hills Shootout Championship. How did your team build off of that loss?
You know, I think they took it personal when come out played Ottawa. What night was that? Last game. And, you know, I was a little nervous going into that game. I knew they were pretty athletic, so I thought we would have maybe a hard time guarding them. But overall, we come out and we played with a lot of energy and a lot of effort and played really well against Ottawa. I thought as far as the effort and energy tonight, we had a little bit of a letdown, so we got to work on getting more consistent with that.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach. Again, congrats on the win.
All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Osage City Basketball. I'm Wyatt Ornder, joined in the booth by Ellie Shoemaker.
Hi.
Tonight's varsity boys matchup features the Osage City Indians and the Santa Fe Trail Chargers. The Indians are 10-2, coming off a win against Ottawa on Monday. The Chargers are 8-3, coming off a win against Osawatomie on Thursday. The Indians did win the game earlier this season between these two teams, but we'll see how this game plays out tonight. The introductions will begin shortly.
Osage City High School are primarily for the student participants. We ask that everyone in attendance wear face coverings during their attendance today. The purpose of this activity is to provide positive learning experiences and opportunities for personal growth of the participants. We are pleased to host our guests in Osage City Schools. This competition is being conducted according to the rules of the Kansas State High School Activities Association. Cheerleaders, officials, and spectators can and are expected to assist in the promotion and achievement of good sportsmanship ideals by taking personal responsibility for keeping this contest at a high level of fair, clean, wholesome competition. Interscholastic basketball teaches citizenship and sportsmanship. Please do your part by being a good sport. Good luck to both teams. And now for your starting lineup. For the Chargers, number 0, a 5'7" senior, Tyler Duncan. Number 1, a 6' senior, Maddox Decker. Number 14, a 5'10" senior, Brody Smith. Number 21, a 5'10" senior, Hayden Garcia. And number 23, a 5'6" junior, Blake Bussey. And for your Indians, number 2, a 5'10" junior, Keeson Moon. Number 5, a 5'9" junior, Tyler Sage. Number 14, a 6'3" senior, Gunnar Ford. Number 15, a 6'1" sophomore, Landon Block. Number 33, a 5'9" senior, Shane Orander.
And we are ready to get going here. Santa Fe Trail will have the ball first. Looks like 14 will throw it into number 1. Excuse me, that was number 0. Number 0 hands off to 14. Now over to 1. 1 back up to the middle. Now over to 21. 0 on the far side over to 21. Now back to the corner to 0. And Sage knocks the ball away. Fort takes it. Fort over to Sage. Sage for 3. Off the front of the rim. Moon on the rebound. Back to Fort. Sage over to Moon, now to Orander. Back to Sage in the middle. Down to Moon. Back to Orander. Orander for 3. Off the front of the rim. Fort on the rebound. And he's fouled on the way up. Good offensive rebounding for the Indians so far.
Yeah. Foul's called on number 1 for the Chargers. That's going to be his first.
Fort's first free throw attempts off the back of the rim. Fort's second on the way, in and out. 23 on the rebound for the Chargers. 0 dribbles it down the floor, throws it in, and Fort on the steal. Fort dumps it off to Boss, now over to Orander. Orander for 3, and it's good. That gets the Indians started, 3-0.
That gives Orander his first 3.
0 guarded by Moon, off to the near side. 1 with it now on the far. He takes it back to the middle. And a foul on the inside by the Indians.
Foul is called on Orander. His first.
0 to inbound on the Chargers baseline. And it's stolen on the inbound and then stolen back by number 1. But a travel is called. Indians will take it. Sage takes it down for the Indians. Now over to Orander on the near side. Fort with it up top. Over to Moon. Moon for 3, and it's good.
That's Moon's first points as well.
Indians up 6-0. 23 over to 1. 1 for 3, and it's off the back of the rim. Boss on the rebound. He takes it up the floor. Over to Moon. Now into Fort. Fort loses it. Chargers take it. 0 up the far side. 14 now on the near side, shoots a 3, and it's off the front of the rim. Moon gets the rebound. Fort takes it up. Over to Boss, now to Orander. Moon over to Sage, now into Boss. Boss over to Orander, into Fort. Fort back to Sage. Sage into Boss. Orander to Fort. Fort into Boss. And a tie-up's called on the inside.
It'll stay with the Indians.
Sage to inbound. Boss on the inbound, and he scores it.
Those are Boss's first points.
Indians up 8. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Zero for the Chargers. Takes it in, puts it up off the front of the rim. Moon on the rebound. Fort over to Boss. Boss takes it in, now out to Moon. Moon swings it over to Orander. Now to Sage in the corner, into Fort. Fort dumps off the Boss. Now back out to Moon. Moon for 3, and it's good.
That gives Moon 6 points.
Really good passing by the Indians.
Yeah.
Waited till they had a really open shot.
Yeah.
And it paid off. 11-0 Indians. 14 on the near side, puts up a 3, and it's off the mark. Boss on the rebound. He takes it up. Over to Fort, now to Orander. Orander for 3, and it's good.
That gives Orander 6.
Indians hot to start it off.
Very much so. That gives Orander 6 points.
And that's 4 threes by the Indians.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a lot of scores left right now, but your top scorers for the Indians are Moon with 6 points, and then Orander with 6 points as well.
Chargers will have it to start, or as we come back here. Number 14 with it in the middle, over to 21. 21 goes up, and his shot is no good off the backboard. Orander brings it down. He takes it up the floor, goes up with it, and his shot's no good. Ball goes out of bounds off the Indians. Zero brings it up for the Chargers. And number 0's pass is off the mark. It goes out of bounds on the near side. Sage over to Fort. And Fort's pass is stolen by number 0 for the Chargers. 21 ends up putting it in. That's the Chargers' first points of the game.
Yep, that's
14-2.
Yep, that's 21's first points as well.
Boss out to Orander, and Orander's 3 is no good. Fort on the rebound though, and it's again no good. And I believe it's out of bounds off of Fort as well. Indians still lead 14-2, under 3 to play in the first quarter. .23 takes it in on the near side. His shot's no good. Indians are the last ones to touch it, out of bounds. Chargers will keep it. Zero in the corner to inbound. He gets it into 14. 14 hands off to 23. Now 23 back to 14. Out of bounds off the Indians. .23 inbounds to 0. 0 to the middle, dumps off to 21. Looks like Sage knocks it out of bounds there for the Indians.
We've got Crawford coming in for Sage on the Indians side.
0 to inbound for the Chargers. He throws it in, and the pass is stolen by Crawford. Off the tip by Fort. Fort over to Moon, now to Crawford, now back to Orander. Crawford down to Moon again. Into Boss now. Boss is fouled on the floor.
Foul is called on 0 for the Chargers. That's his first.
Crawford to inbound. Gets it into Moon. Moon back to the middle. Crawford into Fort. Now back to Moon. Moon over to Orander. Orander for 3. In and out. It looks like it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians. Crawford into Moon. Moon takes it to the middle, into Boss. Boss puts it up, scores it. Counted and 1.
That's Boss's 4th point.
Boss to complete the 3-point play, and he does. 17-2 is our score. Minute 40 left in the first quarter. Indians lead by 15. Number 1 takes it in, puts up a shot off the backboard, and it's good.
It's number 1's first point.
Now 17-4. Boss over to Orander. Crawford now back down to Sage, into Fort. Fort to Boss. Boss scores it.
A lot of passing there.
Now 19-4, Indians lead. 1. Hands off to 21. Now back to 1 on the far side. 1 puts up a 3. And it's blocked by Boss, but foul is called.
Yeah, that's going to be Boss's first.
Looks like number 1 will be shooting 3 free throws here, and he makes the first.
That gives him 3 points.
And he makes the second as well.
And that gives him 4. We've got Moon coming in for Ornder for the Indians.
And 1 knocks all 3 of them down.
That gives him 5 points.
Sage with the ball near midcourt for the Indians. He gets it off to Boss. Now Crawford down to Moon. Crawford now back up to Sage. Back to Crawford. Boss with it at the top of the key, over to Moon. Moon down to Sage. Into Fort. Fort puts it up, and it's no good. Crawford gets it on the floor.
Jump ball. It'll go to the Chargers.
Still a good aggressive play going for the ball by Crawford.
Yeah.
19-7 is our score. .15 to play here in the first quarter. Chargers have it. And a foul called on Crawford.
That's going to be Crawford's first and the team's third. .23
to inbound, 12.5 to play. 0 up top, gets over to 1. 1 now takes it to the middle. And another foul called.
This time the foul is called on Sage for the Indians, his first.
Zero gets it into 14. Excuse me, that was 21.
Yeah, that was.
And that'll end the quarter. Indians came out with a 14 to nothing run, but only scored 5 to the Chargers 9 to end the quarter.
Yep. The top scorers for this quarter are Boss with 7 points. Behind him we've got Moon and Sage tied with 6 points. And for the Chargers, we have number 1 with 5 points and number 9 with 4.
Like we got the starters back in for the Indians. And they'll have the ball here to start the second quarter again. They lead by 10, 19-9. Sage passes into Orender.
Indians up by 5.
Sage back to Moon in the middle. Now over to Boss. Boss down to Ornder, over to Sage. Now back to Boss. Boss takes it in, out to Moon. Moon for three, and it's off the back of the rim, rebounded by 21 for the Chargers. One takes it up the floor. Now over to 14. 14 to the middle, over to 0. 0 over to 23. 23 for three, and it's good. And we got a 2-point ball game now.
Yep.
Fort over to Boss. Now to Ornder, back to Moon. Sage with it on the near side into Boss. Boss to Moon. Now swings it over to number 5. Or excuse me, that was Sage. Number 0, Santa Fe Trail. Certainly got some hops there. That ball was pretty high up in the air.
Yeah. He definitely got up there.
Boss over to Sage. Sage for three, off the back of the rim. Chargers on the rebound. 14 will take it up. 21. Now 23 with it. He goes in, and it's off the back of the backboard. Excuse me. 21's the last one to touch it for the Chargers, out of bounds. Indians up by 2, 19-17. Sage brings it up the floor. Now into Fort. Fort goes up, and his shot is blocked. Jump ball is called. It'll go over to the Chargers.
Going over to the Chargers.
Zero brings it up for the Chargers, over to 14, and Sage takes it. It's like a foul was called on that play. That'll be on Sage.
Yeah, that's going to be Sage's second foul.
Zero gets it into 14, and his shot is no good. Ornder on the rebound. Over to Fort now. Fort to Boss to Ornder. Now back to Fort. And an offensive foul is called.
Foul is called on 15, Boss, for the Indians. That's his second.
Indians still haven't scored here in the second quarter. Zero takes the ball in for the Chargers, and his shot is off the rim, no good. Ornder on the rebound, passes it right back to Zero for the Chargers. One with it on the near side. And then one loses it. Boss takes it up the floor. He goes up, and he's fouled by number 14.
Foul is called on 14 for the Chargers, his first.
Boss to be shooting 2 here. His first free throw's off the mark.
We've got Crawford in for Moon now.
Boss is second on the way, and he scores this one. And he ends up 3, 20-17.
That was Boss's 8th point.
Zero on the near side, over to one. 1 for 3 off the back of the rim. Ornder on the rebound, throws over to Fort. Fort takes it up, over to Sage. Sage, his shot is blocked. Looks like it'll stay with the Indians, though. Sage throws it in, and it's stolen away by 23 for the Chargers. One puts up a shot, it's good. And this game's tied at 20. Coming back from a 14-point deficit, Chargers have tied this game up. Sage on the near side into Boss. Now over to Fort. Fort puts it up. No basket on the floor.
second.
Sage to inbound. Gets it into Orander. Orander back out top. Crawford with it up at midcourt. And Fort loses it on the pass. Back to the Chargers. .23 with the ball, over to 14 for the Chargers. He takes it in, puts it up, off the front of the rim. And 23 saves it, but over to the Indians. Orander goes in with it and scores. Indians back up to 22-20.
That gives Orander 8 points.
23 over to 21 on the far side, now to 14, over to 1. 1 for 3, off the back of the rim. Boss on the rebound. Fort over to Boss. Boss takes it in, goes up, and scores it. And an offensive foul called on Boss.
That's going to be Boss's 3rd foul. Looks like we've got 20 in for 14 on the Chargers.
And Kirkpatrick and Moon back in for Orander and Boss. About 3 minutes left here in the first half. Indians lead by 2. 23 takes it in, over to 20. 1 puts up a 3, and it's off the rim. Sage on the rebound. Fort takes it up, over to Sage. Out of Kirkpatrick. Sage back to Moon, over to Crawford on the near side. Sage back to Moon, into Kirkpatrick. And a foul called on the Chargers.
Foul is called on 21 for the Chargers. That's his 1st.
Sage to inbound it. He gets it into Fort. Fort's first shot is no good. Second as well. Indians still up 2. Chargers ball though. An offensive foul called on the Chargers.
Foul is called on 23 for the Chargers. His 1st.
Sage dribbles it up the floor to the top of the key. Gets it over to Moon. Now back to Sage, over to Crawford. Crawford to Fort. Fort out to Sage. Sage takes it in. Now back out to Moon. Moon to Fort. Now into Sage. An offensive foul.
Foul is called on Sage. That's his 3rd.
That's 2 Indians with 3 fouls, both Boss and Sage.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure what's going on here.
I think there might have been 6 Chargers on the floor, maybe?
That might have been it, yeah, because the one kid went off and there was still 5 out there.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Either way, regardless of what's going on, the refs are out here discussing at mid-court.
We'll have to see what they decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could overhear Mr. Fort's pretty loud, so I could overhear him talking about that. So I guess they were discussing whether it was a technical or not for there being 6 players on the floor. Looks like they're not going to call one.
Nope.
So Chargers will have the ball on the near side. 0 back to 1. 1 to the middle now. 21 on the far side. Swings it up to 23, now to 0. An offensive foul called on 0 for the Chargers.
That's going to be Zero's second foul.
Honestly, a lot of fouls in this game so far. Feels like almost every trip down the floor they're calling one.
Yeah.
A lot of offensive fouls.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially. So Ford has it up top for the Indians. He takes it in now, goes up with it and scores. Indians back up 4 now.
Fort's first points.
About a minute to play in the first half. And number 0 takes a 3 for the Chargers, and it's off the back of the iron. Ornder on the rebound. Fort takes it up now. Over to Kirkpatrick, now to Ornder. Ornder for 3, off the front of the rim. 1 on the rebound for the Chargers. He takes it down the near side. 1 puts up a shot, and it's good. Back to a 2-point difference.
Number 1's 12th point.
Kirkpatrick over to Ornder. Back to Crawford in the middle. Ornder again on the far side into Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick goes up with it and is fouled. He'll be shooting 2.
Fouls called on 43. That's his first.
Kirkpatrick's first free throw is no good.
Looks like we've got 20 in for 1.
19 seconds to play here in the first half. 24-22 is our score. Excuse me. Patrick's second free throw is good, though.
That's his first point.
Indians back up 3. 0 over to 23 in the middle. Now to 20. 20 down to 23. And Fort on the block. 2.7 to play. It'll be Chargers ball. Zero gets it into 21. 21 puts it up to end the half. Indians started out the game on a 14-0 lead, but at halftime they lead by only 3. 25-22 is our score going into halftime. Your top scorers so far?
Yeah, we've got number 15, Boss, with 8 points. He's tied with number 33, Ornder, with 8 as well. On the Chargers side, we have number 1 with 12 points, and number 21 with 4.
All right. Please join us after halftime. All right, and we're about to return to second half action here. Again, the score is 25-22. Indians lead by 3. Your top scorer so far in this game?
Well, we have 15 Boss for the Indians and 33 Orander with the Indians. They both have 8 points. And then for the Chargers, we have number 1 who has 12 points and number 21 who has 4.
All right. Pretty close game so far.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the rest of this game plays out. Indians will have the ball first. Start the second half. Sage with it on the far side. Now Boss takes it in, goes up with it, scores it. Counted and 1.
It's a good way to kick off the half. That gives Boss 10 points.
Looks like they may need to reset the scoreboard here. It still says second quarter.
It also says they still have 9. That was number 21's second foul.
Yeah. Looks like the refs are telling them to do that. So Boss does make the free throw to complete the 3-point play. Indians lead by 6 now. Zero takes it down the floor for the Chargers. Over to 1. 1 for 3. Off the front of the rim. Boss on the rebound. Fort over to Boss. Boss takes it in. Out to Orander. Orander for 3. In and out. Orander gets his own rebound, though. Goes in and scores it.
It's going to be Orander's 10th point as well.
Indians up 8 to start the quarter, to start the second half.
Yep.
1 takes it in now, out to 14. A foul called on the Indians.
Foul is called on 24.
I think it was 14.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep. Foul was called on 14. Fort, that's his second.
Number 0 inbounds to 14 for the Chargers. He goes off, dumps it off to number 1. One puts up a 3, and he airballs it. Goes out of bounds. Indians ball. Sage takes it up. He dumps it off to Boss. Boss takes it in, goes up, and scores it. Nice move there.
Yeah. It's going to be Boss's 12th point.
0 for the Chargers, over to 23, now back to 0, into 23, and he scores it.
It's going to be 23's 5th.
Now back to an 8-point lead for the Indians. Boss puts up a 3, it's off the front of the rim. 14 rebounds for the Chargers. He takes it down the floor, goes up with it, and scores. Back to a 6-point game here. 6:08 left in the third. Sage dribbles it up the floor. Now up to Moon on the far side. Back to Sage. Fort with it now. Now back out to Moon. Up to Sage on the far side. Into Fort. Fort goes in, goes up, and scores it.
That is Fort's 4th point.
One up top, near midcourt, now takes it in, and his shot is blocked, or at least tipped by the Indians. Now Fort takes it in and scores, puts the Indians back up by 10.
Gives Fort 6 points.
One on the far side, goes in, puts up a shot, and scores.
That's One's 14th point.
36-28 is our score now. 5 minutes left in the third. A good look by Boss. into Orander. Orander just missed the pass there. It'll go back to the Chargers.
Yep.
It's like a different intensity for the Indians than they ended the first half with, as number 1 for the Chargers hits a 3, putting this game back within 5.
Yeah, that gives him 17 points.
They still look, I mean, very much more aggressive on the inside.
Yeah.
And that's another score by Boss.
That gives him 14 points.
One up top for the Chargers. Indians up by 7, 38-31. 14 takes the ball in now, and his shot is off the mark. And it's out of bounds off of Santa Fe Trail. Boss will throw it in. Sage hands off to Orander up near midcourt. Now back down to Moon on the near side. Fort goes up and is fouled on his second attempt.
Foul is called on 1 for the Chargers. That's his third.
Fort's first free throws off the front of the rim. Second free throw on the way, and this one's good. Indians back up by 8.
That gives Fort 7 points.
Zero on the near side. Over to 21, now back to 0. 0 takes it in. And a traveling call gives the ball back to the Indians. Sage over to Moon. Now back to Sage over to Orander. Boss to Fort. And it looks like a jump ball called on the inside. It'll go over to the Chargers. Still an 8-point lead for the Indians. They lead 39-31. 3:15 left here in the third quarter. Zero crosses midcourt. Passes off to number 1. 1 takes it in, and a foul's called on the Indians.
Foul's called on 14. And that's 4, and that's 3 on Fort, making him the third Indian with 3 fouls.
Ball's inbounded to 21 for the Chargers, and he scores it. Game back within 6 now, 39-33.
That was 21's 6th point.
Boss, though, puts up a shot and scores.
That gives Boss 16 points.
41-33 Indians lead. And another foul. If that's on Sage, that's 4.
Yep, that was called on Sage, and that is his 4th. So Crawford will come in for him.
A little bit of foul trouble here with the starters
Yeah.
on the Indians. 1 takes the inbound, puts up a 3-pointer, and it's off the back of the rim. And a foul on the rebound. Looks like it'll be on 1 for the Chargers.
That's going to be 1's 4th foul as well. So number 20 will be replacing him.
Orander dribbles it up the floor for the Indians. Lobs it into Fort. Fort's shot is good. Back to a 10-point lead for the Indians.
It gives Fort 9 points.
23, his three-pointers off the mark. Boss on the rebound, Fort takes it up. Now back to Boss. And an offensive foul on Boss. That's 4 on him.
Yep. Which means number 25, Kirkpatrick's coming in for him.
And a timeout called by the Chargers. Indians lead by 10, 43-33. Both two of their starters in foul trouble. Both Boss and Sage with 4 now, and Fort with 3.
Yeah.
I mean, if any of those guys foul out, it's anybody's game. So.
For sure. On a different note, your top scorers so far are Boss with 16 points, Fort with 9, and Orender with 10 points. And on the Chargers side, we have number 1 with 17 points and 21 with 6.
Inbounds to 0 for the Chargers. About 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. 0 over to 23, now back to 0. 0 shots off the front of the rim. Moon on the rebound. Gets it up to Fort. Fort up the floor. Now over to Kirkpatrick. Moon down to Orender on the near side. Into Kirkpatrick. Over to Fort. And Fort is fouled. Looks like they called on the floor.
Foul is called on 21 for the Chargers. That's his third. A lot of fouls.
That is for sure. Crawford to throw it in for the Indians. Gets it into Orender, now to Fort. Fort goes in and scores it. 12-point lead for the Indians, 45-33.
That gives Fort 11 points.
14 over to 20 now on the near side for the Chargers. Takes it to the middle. Now back to 14 on the near side. 14 over to 0, now to back to 14. 0 puts up a 3, and it's good.
It's going to give 0 3 points.
45-36 is our score. Indians up by 9. Orender on the near side with the ball. Takes it back to the middle. Fort with it now over to Crawford. Now to Moon. Into Kirkpatrick. Crawford. Crawford for 3. Off the right side of the rim. Kirkpatrick on the rebound though, and he's fouled on the way up. Nice offensive board there by Kirkpatrick.
Foul is called on 21. That gives him 4 as well, making him the second on his team to have 4 fouls.
Both teams in foul trouble now.
Yep.
Kirkpatrick knocks down the first of 2.
That's his second point. See if he can go for 3.
And his second free throw is no good. Indians lead by 10. Number 23 shot for the Chargers is no good. 43 puts it back in, and it is good.
43's first points.
Now under 20 to play, 46-38, Indians lead. And Moon travels in the backcourt. They'll go back to the Chargers. 14.3 left in the quarter. 20 throws into 0. Chargers definitely going for the last shot.
Yeah.
Zero takes it in. And 43 ends up scoring it in the quarter. Indians up 46-40. Your top scores so far.
Well, your top scorers as of right now are number 15, Boss, with 16 points. Number 14, Fort, with 11. And number 33, Orander, with 10. And for the Chargers, we have number 1 with 17 points. Number 21 with 6. And number 23 with 5.
Looks like we got the same Indians out on the floor still. Sage and Boss still on the bench with 4 fouls. Moon to inbound. He'll get it into, guess we'll see. Fort. Now Fort back to Moon. Moon to Fort. Now Fort back to Orander near midcourt. Kirkpatrick over to Moon. Fort takes it in. Now out to Moon. Moon for 3. And it's no good. Indians on the rebound though. Moon back up top with it. Crawford now on the near side. And he's fouled.
Foul was called on number 0. For the Chargers, that's his 3rd.
Crawford, his inbound pass is knocked out by 23 for the Chargers. Crawford into Fort. Now back to Moon. Moon to Kirkpatrick now. Over to Crawford. Fort with it at the top of the key. Over to Moon on the near side. And again, 23 knocks it out for the Chargers. Indians ball on the near side. Moon to inbound, gets it into Fort. Fort takes it, dumps it off to Kirkpatrick. His shot is no good. Fight for the ball. Kirkpatrick gets it. It looks like Santa Fe Trail's the last one to touch it out of bounds. Indians will have it under their basket. Moon gets it into Kirkpatrick now. Over to Crawford. Crawford to Fort. Moon up top, over to Kirkpatrick. And Kirkpatrick has the ball, stolen away by 23. 23's shot is blocked by Kirkpatrick. And Kirkpatrick takes the ball, now passes ahead to Fort. Fort over to Orander. And Orander takes it back up top. Fort back to Kirkpatrick now. Or excuse me, Orander over to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick into Fort. Fort takes it in and loses the ball. 20 grabs it for Santa Fe Trail. 6 minutes to play here. Indians up by 6. 23 puts up a 3, and it's good. And we have a 3-point ball game now.
That gives 23 8 points.
Fort takes it up, over to Kirkpatrick, now to Orander. Crawford up top. Now back to Kirkpatrick. To Moon in the middle. and a timeout called by the Indians. 5:35 left in the fourth quarter. 46-43 is our score.
All right, well, we've got number 15, Boss, for the Indians with 16 points. Number 14, Fort with 11. And number 3, Orender with 10 points still. And then for the Chargers, we have number 21 with 8 and number 1 with 17. So not much change there.
Indians will have the ball as we come back here. Sage and Boss back in the game, each with 4 fouls, and Fort with 3. Sage brings it to the middle. Now passes into Fort. Fort's shot is good.
It was a good look there.
That definitely was. Indians back up 5.
That gives Fort 13 points.
21 into 14. 14 goes up and scores it.
That gives 14-4.
48-45 is our score. Chargers in a little bit of a press now. Moon takes it up. Boss with the ball now. He takes it in, goes up with it, and scores.
That's going to be Boss's 18th point.
Indians back up 5, 50-45. Number 0 in the corner. His 3-point attempt's off the mark. 23 tries, and his is off the front of the rim as well. Indians last touch it out of bounds, though. It'll stay with the Chargers. Number 1 saves it back to 23. 0 takes it in now. Goes up off the backboard. Orender on the rebound. Orender down to Sage. Into Boss now. Boss goes up and scores. I think that gives Boss 20, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Now 1 takes it in for the Chargers, and he scores it. Back to a 5-point lead for the Indians. Under 4 now. Orender on the near side. Back to Sage in the middle. Fort up top, over to Moon. Moon down to Orender. Boss with it up top. Over to Sage. Now to Orender. Fort has it on the inside. Goes over to Moon. Now to Boss. Boss over to Orender. Orender into Fort. And Fort's fouled on the shot. He'll be shooting 2.
Foul is called on 14. He's got 3. The Chargers.
Fort's first free throw is no good. 3:19 left here in the fourth quarter. 52-47 is our score. And now it's 53-47.
Yep, Fort's got 14 points.
6-point lead for the Indians. And number 14 passes it out of bounds.
See where he was going there, but the other guy was.
The other guy did not.
No.
So Boss to throw it in, gets it into Fort. Orender takes it up top. Gets it over to Boss. Boss over to Moon. Now into Fort. Fort goes up, count the basket, and 1.
That's going to give Fort 16 points.
Chance for a 3-point play.
That the foul's called on 21, and that gives him 5. So number 43 is going to be coming in for him on the Chargers side.
And Fort makes his free throw.
Gives him 17 points.
And the Indians a 9-point lead, 56-47, 2:45 to play. One puts up a 3 for the Chargers. It's off the right side of the rim. Boss brings down the rebound. Fort to Boss to Moon. Orander over to Moon, or excuse me, to Boss. Now to Fort. Moon with it on the far side. Back to Sage up near midcourt.
Foul is called on number 0. That's his 4th.
So now 1 fouled out and 2 with 4 for the Chargers. Sage's first is good.
That's Sage's first point for tonight.
He hits the front end of the 1-and-1. And he hits both. Indians back up 11.
Oh, we got number 3 Brenner out here for Sage. Haven't seen him yet this year.
Yeah, started off the season with his 2nd broken foot of the school year. So glad to see him back out on the floor.
Yeah.
23 puts up a shot, and it's rebounded by 43 for the Chargers, and he scores it. 58-49.
And that gave 43 6 points.
Fort to Brenner, and he's fouled. He'll be shooting 2.
Foul is called on 23 for the Chargers. That's his 2nd.
Sure, we're going to see a lot more of Brenner playing as the season progresses. I'm pretty sure he was the starting point guard last year.
Yeah, I would imagine.
His first free throw, though, is off the back of the rim. Second free throw's off the front of the rim, rebounded by 0 for Santa Fe Trail. And his shot is blocked by Fort. 1:39 left to go in this game. Indians lead by 9. Zero throws into 1. 1 takes it in, and he scores it.
That gives 1 19 points.
And we're back to a 7-point game. 0 takes it. Looks like they're called a jump ball. We'll go back to the Chargers. Zero hands off to 1 for the Chargers. He takes it back to the middle now. Now down to 0. 0 puts up a jumper, and it's good.
That gives 0 5 points.
And we got a 5-point game. Now with a minute to play, Moon. All by himself in the backcourt. And he was being double teamed. Nobody was there to help him. Indians smartly call a timeout. 57.3 left. Indians up by 5.
Yep. Your top scorers as of right now are Boss with 20 points, Fort with 17, and Orander with 10. For the Chargers, we have 1 with 19 points, 23 with 8, and 43 with 6.
Boss passes into Orender out of the timeout. Now back to Boss. Over to Sage on the near side. Boss to Orender now. And Orender is fouled. Probably not the guy they want to foul.
Foul was called on 23. That's his 3rd foul.
Orender will be shooting 2 here. He makes the first one.
That gives him 11 points.
Second free throw on the way, and he makes them both.
And that gives him 12.
60-53, Indians up by 7, 46.4.
We have Crawford in for Orender now for the Indians.
Zero shot is no good. See what they're doing here. Having Crawford play defense and Orender play offense.
Works.
Number 1 scores a 3, and we've got a 4-point ball game now. Boss gets it into Moon. Now back to Boss, over to Orender. They're wanting to get Orender, the Indians are wanting Orender to get fouled, obviously, because he's a pretty darn good free throw shooter.
Yeah,
So
we've definitely seen that in past, so good strategy. Foul is called on number 23. That's his 4th.
Orender hits the first of 2. And he makes them both. Now back to a 6-point lead.
Gives him 14 points.
23 to play. Number 1 has it for the Chargers. Takes it in, goes up with it, and he'll be shooting 2.
Foul is called on 2, Moon. That's his first.
One's first free throw is no good. Again, Orender coming back in for Crawford. 16.1 to play, 62-56. Indians lead by 6. Second free throw goes.
Gives number 1 23 points.
5-point game, 16.1. Boss is fouled, so he'll be shooting 2. 13.8 on the clock.
Foul is called on 14 for the Chargers. Excuse me, that's his 4th. That gives 4 players on their team with 4 fouls.
Boss misses the first one. See if he can hit the second. Off the left side of the rim. 1 takes the ball in, and he scores it. We've got a 3-point game. 5.9 to play.
Yeah, that was number 1's 25th point. Other top scorers as of right now are Boss with 20 points, Fort with 17, and Orander with 14. And for the Chargers, we have number 1 with 25 points, number 21 with 6, number 23 with 8, and number 43 with 6 as well.
Got a really close ball game here, 62-59, just under 6 to play.
Yeah.
Chargers definitely going to try to foul, probably immediately. So Indians want to choose who they get the ball into, and they made the good choice. Orander's fouled on the play.
Foul is called on number 20 for the Chargers. That's his first foul.
Orander hits the first.
Gives him 15.
Second free throw on the way, and he makes them both.
And that gives him 16.
0
seconds.
ahead to 20. And 20 misses it to end the game. Indians pull off a 5-point victory.
Yep.
64-59 is your final score here. I believe they won by quite a bit more in the first game, but again, I didn't know that the first time we played them, the Chargers had only had like 4 practices, so obviously they're going to have improved over the course of the season. So definitely good to still beat them for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely a close game. So your top scorers for the game are, for the girls' games, we had number 21, Kirkpatrick, with 18 points. Number 24, Cerna with 8. And number 33, Kearns with 12. And for the Chargers, we had number 12 with 11 points, number 23 with 8, and 32 with 6. And for the boys' game, we had Boss with 20 points, Fort with 17, Orander with 16, number 1 with 25 points, number 21 with 6, number 23 with 8, and number 43 with 6. So those are your top scorers.
All right. Again, both girls and boys teams won tonight for Osage, sweeping the Santa Fe Trail Chargers. Please join us again next time. And until then, so long from Osage City.
Bye.